Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Friday and I bring you this video. The title of this video is how do we raise a gentleman in the 21st century? Is it possible? The answer is yes. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how you can raise your son to be a gentleman. So if you have a male child, I know you want to raise a respectful, honorable, God-fearing man. But the question is, how do we raise a child or a male child in a world where things are done anyhow, or a culture where anything goes? You know, we are beginning to lose our culture, and that is the truth. So I have a 2-year-old son, and there are things that I have been doing that I'm here to share with you guys. You know, we all want to raise a gentleman. So first, I want to give a shout out to my friend, my supporter, my subscriber. Thank you, girl. Winging It with Essie. She is also a mom YouTuber. She talks about motherhood and all of that. So I'm going to leave her name on the screen, guys. Do well to check her out. With that being said, let's go straight into the video. It's overwhelming and downright terrifying to raise boys in this world that we're living in right now. But I must say that being a boy mom is actually a blessing and opportunity that God has given to me. So I'm equal to the task. So what does it mean to be a gentleman? Gone are those days where a guy takes off his heart when a lady walks into a room, or a guy rushes to open the car door for his beloved. Now it's not like that. But that doesn't stop us, the 21st century, to raise a gentleman. That is not stopping us at all. We can still do that. All it requires from us is more work. The way my husband and I parent our son is not the same way my grandparents parented their 4 sons 40 years ago. A lot of things has changed. But note that the new generation gentlemen that we're raising may not act exactly the way those men act, but we still have to do our best to raise them properly, because the way the world is going right now, there's so many abusers, there are so many men who do not respect women, who do not know how to treat people because of how they were raised. But I still believe we can raise men who are honorable. So here are 5 traits that you can teach your son as they grow. Number 1 is empathy. Empathy simply means they show concern, they are considerate, they understand people's feelings, they try to put themselves in people's shoes. And that is something that we're lacking in the society right now. And one way that you can teach your sons empathy, or your kids generally empathy, is by modeling it. You have to model empathy to your kids. That is one way that they can learn it fast. According to the author of the book Peaceful Parents, Happy Kids, Dr. Laura Markham, she said that children pick empathy naturally around the environment where they're growing. It is a natural form of development. So saying things to your son like, oh, it seems you have a bad day, or I understand why you're upset, oh, I can tell you are not happy. Things like that are things that you should. So you have to like show empathy to your kids so they can learn it. They will do it back to you. And another thing you need to do is you have to model it by how you treat people around them. Kids are watching the way you treat other adults. That is how they learn how to do it. So empathy is one thing that you should teach your son. Number 2 is you have to allow them express their emotions. So when people say, oh, you're a man, you shouldn't be crying, it gives me headache. Like, it's so irritating. What do you mean that he's a man and he needs to he doesn't have to cry? Allow your kids to show their emotions. Allow them to understand that they can be strong and also can be soft. Allow them to know that you can be hard and also show emotions. So if you're trying to hide your child's emotions, because that is what the society is doing, you are a man, you're not supposed to cry, that is not necessary, because you are making him to be very tough, so he doesn't have a soft side of of him, which is not necessary. So find a way to teach your sons that they can actually break down. Tell them they can actually express their emotions, they can actually express how they feel. Don't allow them to bottle it up and become this mean person. So try and allow your kids, your sons, to express their emotions. That way they can understand that, okay, I need to be a man, but sometimes I need to show my emotions. Another thing is teach your sons to be caring. What do I mean by caring? We are grateful for the things that we have, and sometimes I want my son to understand that, okay, people who do not have, you need to show care for them. You need to, so sometimes you take them out to where people are who are less fortunate, and then allow them to relate with them, allow them to give out their toys, their clothes, their shoes, things like that to them. That kind of makes them able to relate with people irrespective of their social class, irrespective of their background. A son who cannot relate with people because they are not in his social class will not be a gentleman. So you have to make them aware of the needs of others. Okay, it may not make sense to them right now, but as they grow older, they begin to make sense out of it. That way they can be able to, be sensitive to people. They can be sensitive to people around them. Try to encourage them to help people in church, in school, people who cannot afford certain things. So I want my son, in fact my kids, to be caring about the world and the people in it. The next point is respect for women. Guys, this cannot be overemphasized. Like the way the world is going, like they've sexualized women, the social media is making women look like nothing, and the kids have access to social media, so the society is portraying women as nothing, people who cannot do without men, people who need men. Teach them to respect you not only as a mom but also as a woman. Teach them to respect their sisters not only as a sister but also as a woman. With that way, you are training your sons to respect women. I want to raise my son to know that women are strong people who can do things by themselves, but I also want to make him understand that you need to offer to help women even if they don't accept it, even if they reject it, but teach him as a first approach to learn to help women out whenever they see the need. Okay, so make sure that you teach your son to respect women, and that starts from the home. So the fifth point is teach your kids to be team players. Kids have a way of turning everything into competition. I know you must have observed that it happens between my son and my daughter. I want to see who climbs the stairs first, who baits first. For the baiting, guys, it's a struggle. When you say who's baiting first, everybody's saying me, me, me. So I try to tell my son to allow my daughter, even though he's the youngest, I try to tell him to allow his sister go first. Mind you, I think it's not something that you should encourage, because my daughter may take advantage of it and always want to have her way, so you find a way to moderate it. But if your focus is teaching your son to be a gentleman, then sometimes make him allow his sister go first. Okay, so it happens a lot that kids always want to make everything a competition, and it's very common. You have to keep reminding him that everything is not a competition. Keep reminding him, and sometimes they're usually stronger than the girls, so in terms of strength wise, they might want to overpower her or something. So try to teach your son to always allow the ladies first. Ladies first. Don't get me wrong, a healthy competition builds character, but in that you should also try to teach them teamwork. A man who understands teamwork doesn't believe in me, myself, and I, doesn't do things their own. They try to work with people, they try to help people. The world is skewed towards all man for himself mentality, and I want my son to know that we rise by lifting others. We rise by lifting others. So guys, these 5 things are things that I am using, things that I'm doing to make sure I raise my son to be a better person, to be a honorable gentleman. So if you have other tips, please drop it in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. don't forget to subscribe. I know it's not easy, but we have to do it. The 21st century parenting is really difficult for us who wants to raise total children, who are thriving to raise our kids to be better. You have to put in your A game, and you need to do your best and make sure that your kids come out exceptional. Okay, so don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, don't forget to share. Turn on your bell notifications so you get notified each time I put out a video. Don't forget, I love you. Bye.